No, I'm not doing an imitation of Jeremy Geeks and Gamers. I'm not going to do that intro. The fact that it's kind of a bad hair day, I'll fix it later. But time to do a look at the Mandalorian episode, whatever, The Tragedy. And the title hits on a few different levels because not only does this little squirt, spoilers up front, guys. You know how this works. I'm not going to bother trying to do a spoiler for you. Oh, you should what? No, but I'm assuming you've already watched it. You're here to see my take, for whatever reason. As we, let's just go through the plot here. Razorfist finally fixed up and showroom fresh from the last repair job. No more fishnets anywhere, or weird little creatures crawling out of the corners. And on to whatever that planet was. I can't what is it? Old Jedi temple on top of a hill, kind of like a little mini Stonehenge thing with the things coming in. And can't land the Razorfist right there, so he has to land a ways and fly up a little squirt here on the jetpack, and put him on the rock and let him figure out what to do here. Well, while we're waiting for little Grogu here to figure out how to use the Seeing Stone to see if he can call somebody, a very familiar ship comes up, swooping in. None other than Slave One and a slightly irritated Boba and very weather-worn Boba Fett. Yes, it's Tamara Morrison back and looking very beat up, very scarred. And a bounty hunter played by Ming-Na, who not quite so dead after all. And some of the things like one turned into a droid. I think she was probably part droid to begin with. That's my suspicion. She already had those parts. It's just a matter of, Boba going to there, connecting a couple words. Okay, jump started, and let's go get my armor. But, they're going along there yakking about, the whole debate about, you're a Mandalorian, that's my armor. Why are you? And then debating about the niceties of Mandalorian culture. And again, it's already been established that our guy is, from a rather extremist sect, so he was even challenging Bo-Katan as far as where are you from? Yeah, I was born in Mandalore, bite me, fanboy. But during the part of the talking about okay, hold on, let's put our guns on. He took his jetpack off. Okay, by the way, fine. But then next thing you know, stormtroopers arrive. He runs back up to get the kid. By then the kid has figured out how to work the stone. He's there in his little trance and looking all cute and adorable, and a column of, blue whatever going up, shooting up and calling out to any and all Jedi. Like, doing his little, we are here, and this is a case of where Mando starts to get a little stupid. Not unreasonably stupid, but he's being a little dumb here because he tries like 3 times to get through this, this force field and gets thrown on his ass, all 3 times. When he could have been helping out Ming-Na and Boba down there to fend off the stormtroopers. Yeah. He's reducing himself to his own a guest star in his own show, and the guest stars are showing up to be even bigger badasses than he is, and he's been established as a badass from the very first episode. So it's like this is he's getting dumb, but again, not unreasonably dumb because some people point out why didn't he grab his jetpack? He's still having to remind himself he has a jetpack. He hasn't had it very long. Not like Boba Fett grew up with the damn thing. It's his father's thing. His father had the jetpack, so he's had it all his life. He's still having to, he didn't grow up with the thing, okay? He's only had it since, late, really almost next to the last episode of first season. And he hasn't used it that often. So it's kind of like, the new talk, oh yeah, I got one, when you start thinking, I need a jet, oh yeah, I've got a jetpack, and that sort of thing. So it's not unreasonable that he took the thing off. He feels normal. He's always felt, not used to the weight on the back. And truth be told, if he had had the jetpack when he was up there trying to get to Junior through the force field, he probably would have busted his back because he'd have been thrown on the jetpack a few times. So in that respect, it's probably a good thing he didn't get it. But, again, it would have been useful in the fight. It also would have saved time in getting up the hill. He might have, gotten up there before the Dark Troopers got there and grabbed the kid and flew back. But kind of insult to injury, the Razor Crest is reduced to nothing more than ball bearings. It's just one shot and blam. It just fixed it. It's finally all together and fixed it. Yeah, I know. And so Moff Gideon has the kid in his capture. But of course, we have the fun little scene of they open the door and the kid is throwing stormtroopers back and forth and into each other left and right, and he's having fun. But he's also tucking himself out because he's just about to pass out. And of course, the insult, another insult to injury after taunting him with the Darksaber. You want? No, don't that. No. They stun him. He was about to pass out anyway, you sadistic bastard. Come on. But of course, show's really not complete unless we get a glimpse of Cara Dune, and sure enough, they all load back into Slave One, back to Navarro, and Mando wants to bust out Bill Burr. Mayfield, thing's name. Yeah, I guess he figured he's going to need a sniper. And we get Bill Burr come back. So, again, all through this show, there are little seeds that get planted. Dave Filoni is clearly a fan of the concept of use the toys in the toy box. Yeah. We got plenty of stuff to use in the toy box that are available and make sense. Make up new ones when you need to, and usual. But don't be afraid to use the toys already in the toy box. So whether or not we're going to see the rescue of this guy by the end of this season, or it's going to end on a cliffhanger, and that'll be the impetus for next season. Who knows? They're already working on season 3 too. But and also something that's been bandied about and then forgotten usually, but the concept of Luke Skywalker showing up, namely in the person of Sebastian Stan, is the name that keeps coming up, mainly because he is a dead ringer for younger Mark Hamill. Because, sorry, Mark, you're about 12 years older than I am, and you're showing it too. So, so they can only de-age so much, I think. The process isn't quite finalized. However, like I said, you put that sandy-haired mop top on Sebastian Stan, and it's like, oh my God. It's Luke back at, and we're talking a few years after Return of the Jedi here, so 5 years, I think. And that would work, and I think Sebastian's been open to the idea too. And it's a case of this one. I mean, yeah, it best of both worlds, like what they brought in Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, have actually dubbed the voice. But again, you don't hire Rosario Dawson and have her, just be a stunt person, Sebastian Stan, on the other hand, might actually be amenable because the character's bigger than the whole thing. He might be amenable to have Mark Hamill dub the voice. You never know. Weirder things have happened. So, like in the first Superman movie, Christopher Reeve dubbing the young kid's voice who was acting him, and he felt sorry for him too because he was a good actor. But they kind of forced it. No, it has to be, because I guess the voice is totally different. Like, no way is this voice going to turn to Chris Reeve. But that is where we stand here. So a little kid in an Imperial cell with little itty bitty handcuffs on. I'm not sure how well that's going to do, because if he's really first, he'd flip the cuffs off in no time. And it's like last season, although this time we recognize it for what it is. The chess pieces are being assembled here. We've reestablished Ahsoka. We got Bo-Katan in here, and she is actively seeking the Darksaber, and she knows Moff Gideon's got it. She wants it back because it's her birthright. You know, that's why it's called the Heiress, that episode. She wants that saber. And she come back and declare herself ruler of Mandalore. And I don't know what they're going to do about the loss of the Razor Crest, though. Because there was nothing left. And the only thing that survived that thing was a little ball that the kid played with and that Beskar spear. Everything, it was just a field of ashes at that point. And we got, again, Boba Fett. I assume by the time we see him again, he won't have just thrown the armor over his robes and make him look even punchier than he is. And get properly dressed up and maybe put a new paint job on that armor too, because it's looking really. You can tell it looks like he crawled out of a Sarlacc pit. The paint is good. Of course, it's still the matter. It was debated for a while there. Is that really Beskar? Because it's got a dent on it. That shouldn't happen with a Beskar. It's like, you wonder what the hell did that helmet deflect? Did it actually get a dent? Did it deflect an asteroid? But But yeah, if that is the same armor, because Jango, what little paint was on that armor, it was totally different paint scheme. So who knows? All will be revealed, and it's good to have a show like this where this is the kind of questions we're asking. Of what's coming up next? What can we do on this thing? What is this thing playing? As opposed to the next reveal we'll be doing for Discovery, where it's like, what the hell were they thinking? And why did we put up with this? No, it's just good because we're actually eagerly anticipating the answers in this one. As for discovering what's coming with that next. Oh, and a personal note, apparently I have been banned from Twitter, or at least just suspended. I can read Twitter, I can read tweets and stuff, but I can't send anything. I can't pass on any links. The official reason I came back was for managing multiple accounts for abusive purposes. I only have one account, and I want them to spell out what these abusive purposes are. I mean, I think the real reason, because I, tend to, I keep the politics out of this channel for the most part, except for that last. I had a feeling something like this would happen from that last video I did about the election. But, as far as like Facebook and Twitter goes, I let the mud sling, but I'm also doing for the other guy. Here, this guy does better than I will do, so I just pass on links mostly. But I also done a fair share of puppy videos and kitten videos and other cartoons. This stuff I find amusing. But again, I put out this stuff for notifications. I pass on notifications for other channels I'm interested in and other news that I think is worthy. But it's for for abusive. It's like, okay, spell it out. Let's hear what my abusive purposes are, okay? And try and defend it with a straight face. And try and make it sound like you're not picking on me because of my political beliefs. That's what they're trying to do. Oh, it's been abusive. Oh, really? How?
Weird part is I post a lot of the same shit.
Yeah, I know. Steph does the exact same stuff, and it's like she's still going. I think they're trying to make an example. And the thing is, it's suspended and will not be reinstated. It's oh really? Yeah. So, kind of in Twitter jail right now. But we'll see what happens on that front. I've been debating the idea of joining the growing list of people who telling Twitter to go screw themselves. But I'm on Parler. I'm gonna put that link up. I'm not doing anything right there because it's still a little rough getting onto the thing. But if it starts getting growing, I'll start doing stuff on there. But yeah. For now, PayPal, Patreon, subscribe star, yada 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 down below. Like, share, subscribe, and we will talk at you later.